Hi guys, I'm Bruce. A lot of you know me. Welcome to another episode of the ZapAPPS show. So we have a good show for you today. Let's go ahead and jump in and get started. All right, guys. Howdy, howdy. Welcome. Say hello, everyone, to the founder of ZapAPPS, ZapERP, Zap Seller, Nikhil, and the CMO of Omni Kickdown with us, MD. Say hello, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hey guys, hello everyone.
All right, so Nick, let's go ahead and give you the floor because we got a lot of important updates, and then myself and MD will kick back while you go ahead and take it away.
Sure. So I'm already sharing my screen, but we just need to add it on the panel. Okay, awesome. Okay, let me know if you guys are able to see my PowerPoint. Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so yeah, perfect. So today actually we have really good news. We are already starting to send emails out that contains your Zap Seller redemption code. So watch out for the emails. You should receive them from today onwards. We have already sent few emails, and we are on the we are doing our process and sending out emails one by one. So it's the process itself is very simple. All you need to do is go to ZapSeller.com, register for an account. Once you register for an account, you will see a top bar that says subscribe for a plan, and just click on it. Scroll to the bottom. There you will see an option to enter your redemption code. Just put the code, press OK, and that's it. The plan will be automatically selected. You don't need to manually select any plans. Now we do have an instruction URL. So in the email itself, you will find exact instruction on how to redeem. So don't worry if the process that I just explained to you, if it is a bit confusing, don't worry about that. In the email, you will find the instruction like step 1, step 2, step 3. You just need to follow them and redeem your Zap Seller code. Now, I do want to sort of quickly recap the Zap Seller features. Now, as I mentioned before, Zap Seller has the selling abilities. It has the store. It has the POS, whether it's B2B, whether it's B2C. So we have got you covered in terms of a sales channel. So just to have a quick recap, you can customize the design. You can have your own SEO per product. Then we do have a different product selection. So whether it's a digital product, downloadable product, we have integrations available. So we have some of the things already live, such as Stripe, PayPal, Paytm, to checkout. So some of these payment gateways are live. Then the eBay and AliExpress, those are in progress. Those should become available over the period of next few days to months. Then we do have a API and like a ZapERP sync and Zapier for Zap Seller schedule. And we are also have a scheduled Pabbly Connect integration. But first we will launch the Pabbly Connect integration for ZapERP, and then we will launch for Zap Seller. Then we already have cart abandonment feature. We do have app ecosystem, app marketplace scheduled for the Zap Seller. So I just wanted to have this quick recap before I move to Zap ERP updates. But Bruce, do you want me to cover anything else? Do you want me to cover like some sort of a short demo of Zap Seller, or you think that we will have some other time?
No, we
demo
should.
Part.
I think we should because we got to give people an idea of like the power behind Zap Seller. Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, we have Amit saying, "Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Hi there, thank you for joining us today." Anonymous Facebook user says, "Does it work with B2B for Shopify?" I'm assuming they're referring to probably Zap Seller.
Yes, but B2B with Shopify, I'm not so sure. I think what he meant by that is, so he's gonna do B2B sales on the platform and maybe do a B2C on a Shopify. So from the flow wise, it will work because once we have our ZapERP integration live with Zap Seller, you can sell your B2B using Zap Seller, and then the same will be synced in ZapERP, which will in turn sync with Shopify, where you can do your B2C. So yes, the short answer is yes. But right now the ZapERP to Zap Seller integration is not live, although it should go live sometime in the near future, very, very soon.
Perfect. And so we can give you a shout out in the future. Please go ahead and have StreamYard verify or approve your Facebook account. So it's StreamYard.com/Facebook, and then that'll allow us to see your name, and we can give you a thank you and a shout out on camera. Appreciate that. Nick, will we have a chance to go through a quick little walkthrough on Zap Seller?
Sure. Let me go ahead and get some test credentials. I do have them ready, so just a moment.
Sure thing. Sure thing. Also, on that note, we will be talking about, and a lot of you guys have seen OmniKick further. We're talking further about, probably trying to push or see what we can do regarding their integrations, and they're coming up with some interesting dynamics on people helping to sell further on their storefronts, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Question coming up. I'm late. What happened with Zap Seller accounts? So the codes you've used, we've sent emails out to everyone to let them know that you can now start activating your Zap Seller accounts with, via email that we were sent out to everyone to notify them. So yeah.
Yep. So you will receive email pretty much either today or tomorrow, max to max. Some people have already received it. Some people will receive it very soon. So don't worry, as long as you have updated the form that we shared on the Facebook group. And if you haven't done that, don't worry, just go ahead. You will see the link in our group. Just click on the link, enter the details, like for example, when did you purchase the ZapERP lifetime deal, whether it was purchased directly from us during the Martech sale that we had almost a year back, or whether it was purchased during the pitch ground sale that we did few months back. So just mention your coupon code if you have, and submit to it, and we will get back to you with the Zap Seller code in 24 hours. So yeah, so that should not be a problem. Now let me just continue with the. Okay, so the screen should be visible, right?
Yeah, I'm bringing it. There you go. Yep, it's up.
Perfect, awesome. Okay, so just to give an example, this is a sample store that we have. This is very raw store, but it shows you the capability of the product itself. So for example, right now, as you can see, these are the list of products. You can actually put the list that shows featured product. You can show slideshow. You can create categories like test 1, home decor, sports, toys, test 2. And in fact, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change the theme. I'm going to use the modern theme that is the default for Zap Seller. So let's go ahead and log into the admin panel. I hope you guys all can see the admin panel.
Yeah, we're looking at it now.
Perfect. Okay, so if I go ahead and click on themes, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to quickly change the theme and show you the modern theme that we developed, especially for the sales guys who are planning to do more B2C, not B2B. So
Perfect.
One moment.
Perfect. Question that came up while you go ahead and get that ready. If we have a Zap Seller integration with ZapERP, do I need a CRM and an ERP? Probably not an ERP. The CRM, I guess that depends on what you wanted to do. If you wanted some marketing components, maybe that would be separate, right? If it's just for managing the contacts, probably not. You probably may not need a separate service. I guess it depends on what do you want to do with the contacts that you collect in your CRM. So if you want to give me a follow-up, just go ahead and I'll give you some more use cases or examples. What do you want to do with your CRM, and I'll let you know. Otherwise, Zap Seller and ZapERP should be enough.
Agree. Very true. So here you go.
Nick, that's looking good.
Yeah,
by the way.
Exactly. this is the modern theme, and you can replace everything. Like you want to change the image, you want to show some sort of a banner that shows like there is a sale going on due to Thanksgiving or whatever the sale special offer you have. Then the products, you can define which are the featured product, which are not. So this is all is customizable. You can define the footer. You can show like what all payment methods you have. Then these pages, your own about us description. So all this, I mean, as I showed you, right? You just change the theme and that's it. The new theme is applied in the system. So yeah, so this is the power of Zap Seller. You can have, I mean, let me go to catalog. Yeah, let me go to catalog and show you a new product. So for example, so you can have like a simple product, configurable product, virtual product, then downloadable product, group product, bundle, booking. So all these things are defined in the system. So that way, let's say you are some sort of an influencer who are selling your. So for example, one of my friend who is an Instagram influencer, she sells her her Photoshop settings. So she sells that, and what she does is she uses the downloadable option. So anyone who purchase those settings online from her store, uh, those settings are available as a downloadable zip on the Zap Seller, and that's it. She doesn't need to do anything, right? So so system is capable to actually give you the option, allow you to select the product type. Then we have all the regular stuff, whether it's a sales, order, shipment, invoices, refunds. POS is there. The POS, we have small update scheduled end of this week, but POS is there. Then we have an option for marketplace. So for example, if you are selling and as well as you are allowing other sellers to sell online, you can use marketplace feature, start your own marketplace where you can define commission for each sellers. So yeah, I think I just wanted to have like a high level discussion. I don't want this webinar to be like a walkthrough of a Zap Seller unless you want me to.
Well, we do have questions coming in. Let me address some of those first. Let's
Sure.
see. We have a couple of them. Let's put that up.
Yeah.
Here we are. I know it's not live yet, but it'd be great if you can add Southeast Asia marketplace integration, Shopee and Lazada to the pipeline. Is that because you want to pull some of those products from your specific marketplace and you want to bring that into Zap Seller? I'd be interested to hear what that is. That way, the Zap team is a little bit more familiar with what's the scenario that you had in mind. When you say marketplace integration, I'm assuming that you want to bring maybe the products and the description over. Did you want to bring the inventory over and we can have ZapERP manage that? Let us know. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it is something of a latter that you just said, where we integrate with ZapERP, and we do have scheduled shop. Lazada, I don't remember the name of the second integration, but yes, the Lazada is definitely, yeah.
Shopee.
I'm not so sure about the Shopee, but Lazada is definitely in the plan.
Perfect. Well, I guess we might as well bring it up. For those who don't have ZapERP, is there going to be basic inventory control on the back end of Zap Seller?
Yes, there is going to be a basic inventory control for Zap Seller. So ZapERP is not mandatory, but it could be a good integration because that allows you to sell on Shopify also, Amazon also, and Zap Seller also. As one of the user mentioned, right? He actually gave a very good example where he is using his Shopify store to do a B2C business while using Zap Seller to do maybe B2B business.
Got it. So this expands on what you just said. What is the unique selling proposition of Zap Seller? So is it safe to say that even though you may have the basic core features of ZapERP on the back end of Zap Seller, would it be safe to say that, hey, if you have an Etsy store, Amazon, Shopify, eBay store, that those product listings and those, let's say, photos and descriptions will be able to be pulled and then highlighted on a Zap Seller store, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So then
And
let's take it a step. Go ahead.
no, please go ahead.
I was going to say, to take it a step further, does that mean we'll be able to pull basic inventory from those channels into the back end of a Zap Seller store without needing ZapERP?
That will be outstretch, because what we want is we want ZapERP to be a center point for all the channels, including Zap Seller. So we don't want to implement the same integration again for Zap Seller, but some of those will be available. Some of those, not all of those. So for example, Shopify will integrate with ZapERP, but we don't have any plans to integrate with Zap Seller, at least not right now.
Got it. Okay, so then it looks like it's pushing it more towards both products are going to need to become essential in order for you to have that same sync experience of syncing Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Etsy, taking your product that you have on multiple channels, maybe even a WooCommerce store, pulling them into your Zap Seller store. To manage all that, looks like we're going to need the core ZapERP with that.
I agree. I think that will make sense. And I would say, in fact, I will go beyond, like I will go a little bit 2 steps ahead, because ZapERP has a inventory management feature that allows us to do more experiments around the data, right? Because you have data from Amazon, Shopify, and other channels, we can have better suggestions for users. We can have better reports for users, which is not possible in Zap Seller. Zap Seller is a front end.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you for that. I have a lot of questions coming in. So looks awesome, guys. Any news of the OmniKick integration with Zap Seller? We're actually going to have that conversation this week to expand on that further than what we've discussed before. So thank you for the interest on that. Can ZapERP push all the attributes to Zap Seller, and can all the attributes be synced back to ZapERP from Zap Seller? That's an interesting question. I'm assuming eventually, once that integration is fully fleshed out and it's two-way, then technically the answer would be yes.
Yep, I agree. What you're saying, that is how it will work. So can it push all attributes to Zap Seller? Yes.
Okay, so I think the 3 main attributes we're going to
vice versa.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. I think the 3 main attributes are going to be photo, description, inventory. In terms of data that will be exchanged between the Zap Seller storefront and ZapERP. To Amit, let us know if you're looking for any more attributes to be exchanged between the two. Nick, could you think of anything else besides description, photo, and cost? Oh, cost and inventory count.
Well, I think those are the primary attributes, and we will be pulling that order that you receive in Zap Seller to ZapERP. So that way, the same way we do it for Shopify and Amazon on other channels, where we pull the orders, where we also process those orders. So you will be able to do similar things in for Zap Seller ZapERP integration too.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. Moving on down. So Keaton says hi, and when will you integrate with Tally ERP? Have you gotten many of those requests?
Yes, we do have a request for Tally ERP. To be honest, the challenge with Tally ERP is a desktop software. So what we did right now is we are sort of have developed Excel export that you can change and import back in Tally. But if you have a file format that you want us to export so that you can import back in Tally, just email it to us. I think that will be much easier for us to give you a screen where you can export into that file format, and then you can import directly into Tally.
Perfect. That makes sense. And since we've talked about OmniKick, maybe we should get MD. We'll bring him in.
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead. There you go. MD,
Hello.
howdy. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk a little bit further. So we had some questions coming up regarding maybe possible integrations. I know we were going to talk about that further. To give people a quick recap after our meetings that we had this past weekend, maybe we could do a 20-second description of how OmniKick will help Zap Seller stores. So let's say Zap Seller will have a product that will be on the shoes, for example, that will be sold on a shopping cart solution because Zap Seller has a shopping cart. Let's say then they forget that they have products that are in their shopping cart. Would it be safe to say that we can set up OmniKick to specifically notify customers or notify the people who have created an account inside a Zap Seller store to notify them on multiple channels? Hey, don't forget, you forgot to buy your shoes.
Right, exactly. So this will happen in two ways. Number one is that when the customer is already on the website, right? So they would go ahead and let's say they are browsing on the website, they have added something to the cart, but they have forgotten and they're just browsing something else. So they will get a notification over there telling them that your cart is still there and you can go ahead and complete your purchase. If they go ahead and try to close the tab, right? But worst case scenario, let's say they avoid that and they also close the tab. Then what happens after a day, or depending on how the customer wants to react or when they want to engage with their customers, so they can just go ahead and email will be sent to them automatically, and then they will get an email saying that you actually came back to our store. We kept your product. It's still there. All you have to do is just click here and you can finish your purchase. Here's a 10% discount just to give them an encouragement. So there are two ways, like on the website immediately when they're trying to close it, and another one is that if they even close it, they will get an email. And if not email, then they will get a push. And if not push, then messenger. If not messenger, then SMS, and so on. This goes on.
Perfect. Yeah, I appreciate that quick breakdown. That does make sense. And since we were talking about it with Nick last night, it's a way to highlight more sales and to optimize a Zap Seller store more so than other platforms. Mm-hmm. So when someone asked, hey, what is an extra value proposition of Zap Seller? There you go. Drip multi-channel notification sequencing to help you convert more sales, essentially. So there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What happens with this three is that, like, let's start with ZapERP, right? You have the inventory, you keep all your products and everything, right? Then the Zap Seller, you show your products, you showcase your products. Then comes in OmniKick, you go ahead and market your product and you start selling. So it's an entire, let's say it's the triangle, right? It's complete. So there are no loose ends. All are connected, and it just keeps on going like this.
Perfect. Great. Let's give them a quick update on the sale.
Right. So first of all, like, there's some bad news and good news, I can say. So let's start with the bad news, right? So the bad news is people who have not gotten the lifetime deal yet, they just have 1 week to get it, because we are closing this current lifetime deal on the 15th of July. So that is actually the exact next webinar on Wednesday. So next Wednesday is the last day of the lifetime deal that is currently alive. And the good news is people who actually got it, no one else gonna get a better deal than this. So that's the good news for the people or the customers that actually came in and got it. So those are the things, and that is all the update. Okay, so there are some questions coming in regarding integration. So that is the update. The last day of the deal would be the 15th of July. So OmniKick integrates with WooCommerce. Yes. So OmniKick would actually, currently you can manually integrate with any platform. We have the manual installation code in place. You can manually integrate into any platform, but once the other features that are on the roadmap, that's basically the drip opt-in form, the adding the multiple websites and multiple sites, and the adding user and team. So once we go ahead and complete this, and then once we go ahead and integrate the Messenger and the SMS, you will have much more deep integration with WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and other sites as well. So deep integration means that you will be able to use much more specific triggers or much more specific personalization. But currently, you can use it with any site.
Perfect. So since we're talking about the expiration of codes, Nick, what are we looking at in terms of Zap Seller process? Do we have an end date for the redemption code process in mind, or is it too early yet?
No, good question. Actually, our initial plan was to have the end date as a June 30th, but as it got delayed from us, we're gonna give like more time to our users. So the end date is gonna be July 20th, like 2020. But that's pretty much. I mean, because we have given enough time to people like to submit their existing coupon code that they used for ZapERP redemption. So now that time window is now reducing very fast. So we really urge everyone to, if you haven't done already, just go ahead and submit the form, mention your ZapERP purchase, and that way we can send you the Zap Seller code and you can redeem them before July 20th.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that. I think that's pretty much it that we have for the day. Unless you guys want to drop any more comments. Oh, we had ZapERP updates that we wanted to give everyone too. Let's go ahead and move that forward. Go ahead, Nick.
Yep, exactly. So one moment, let me just go ahead and open the blog.
Sure. In the meantime, MD, we had a question saying, when can we expect a WooCommerce integration with OmniKick?
Right. So, as I said, the integration with any website or any site is currently available. So you can just go ahead and add the manual installation code and use any platform that you like. What I meant about was deep integration. So that will actually happen after we complete all of the other things that are on the roadmap right now. So we do not have any specific deadline for those, but you can use any platform currently with the manual installation code.
Perfect. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, Nick, let's go ahead and share your screen. There you go. We'll let you take it away.
Sure. I somehow I'm losing in my own screen. Okay, so we actually released tons of updates again this Monday as well as Tuesday, and one of the major update is BigCommerce. So now BigCommerce integration itself is extremely stable. We also have our app scheduled to go live with BigCommerce, the official app, which will be available in the BigCommerce store itself. Hopefully, if approval and all things get as per our estimation, the app should be live before third week of July. Then we also released a feature that allows you to control your user roles and permissions. Just check out the article, the blog article that we shared on an email, which actually gives you information or steps on how to set up roles and permission for individual users or your team members. So right now we have given some default roles, but if you have some ideas in mind, or if you're looking for specific roles for your team, just chat with our customer care and they will be more than happy to help. Then there are some minor updates, like for example, we have updated our tables, like the way the data is loaded. We have added some extra filters. So for example, if you would like to see what all products that are part of the item group, the products that are not part of the item group, product that has a quantity less than 5, greater than 5 is just an example. But now those filters will allow you to do that. Then we added some other small things such as colorful order status. So right now, if you go to your sales order, and if you see that the order that are already paid or already fulfilled will carry the color which is green, while the order which are packed will carry the color orange, then order which are in draft will carry the color gray, dark gray. So very small update, but very useful. Many of our customers actually requested for this, so we came up with it. Then we also improved our reports, so do check it out. You will find new reports such as customer invoice statement. So if you have a customer who would like to see some sort of a statement of transaction that was done in last 6 months, 1 year, you can get that from ZapERP. Then we have slow moving stock report, customer purchase report. Then we also updated our quote SO delivery challan package, where now you will see the logo that you updated for your invoice. So now if you add a logo for invoice, that becomes available on quotation, sales order, delivery challan, and package 2. So yeah, that's sort of a summary of all the updates that we did in last 2 days.
Perfect. Awesome. Seems like, guys, there's been a lot of what's going on. So on that note, do we want to all reconnect back next week? So that will be the last final push to remind everyone to redeem their codes.
Yeah, agree.
MD?
Yeah. Next webinar would be the last date they can get actually OmniClick lifetime deal.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and reconnect with everyone next week. Thank you guys for joining us. Please feel free to drop down any questions that you'll have in any of the groups, Facebook pages, YouTube pages, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, you name it. We're literally streaming everywhere as we speak. Thank you for joining us, guys. That's it. I don't have any more questions that have come up on the screen. But we will have some more updates for you next week regarding a little bit further regarding OmniKick and Zap Seller and ZapERP updates. On that note, guys, hope everyone stays well and healthy. Keep social distancing in mind and wash your hands. Cool?
All right, guys. Peace.
Have a good one. Take care, guys.